You, Ziniko Mhlaba in Centurion. What can you tell us at this hour about these reports from the police suggesting that parts of a vehicle have been found? Is this vehicle the same one that had the 3 constables travelling in?
Well, good evening, Oli. To answer that very last question, very important question, well, no official word has come out from the side of the authorities in terms of whether they have been able to confirm whether indeed those car parts which have been found, which are not far from where we are, we will take you there in a moment. They have not, confirmed that they do belong to that vehicle, but we know that, one car was found already, was recovered, a panel van was recovered already, and of course, I did go to check on where these parts are kept at right now, are currently being investigated by police, and I can confirm that it looks like it is a hatchback vehicle part, and of course that will only be also explained by the spokesperson of the SAPS. But just to give you an overall establishment on how the situation is where we are, I'm going to just show you around where we are so that we give the viewers a sense of the operation that is taking place here. I can confirm that the authorities have set up an operations center where you've got different experts giving their different skills, offering their different skills in trying to really discover what exactly might have happened. Remember, there's still that process that is continuing as I'm stepping out of shot, that process of combing the area, and of course you've got those divers that are still out there, still searching for answers. This is an operations center. We've got all the expertise in relation to being able to detect and analyze whatever footage that is coming out from cameras which have been deployed, along the stretch of the road. And of course, this is a 24-hour operation. But on the other side, as we try to move now towards the visuals where those vehicles, those vehicle parts are kept at right now. So we're going to give you a sense of this situation. But I think before we get closer there, as we try to ask the gentleman here to give us some space to move towards the vehicles. Apologies. Sorry, Siswam. Just so, Oli, this is what has been recovered when we talk about those parts of a vehicle. As you can see, they are not clear. I'm going to bring in the spokesperson of the South African Police Service, Brigadier Mate. Thank you very much for your time. Talk to us about what we're looking at here. Any signs, any positive, maybe possibilities that these parts that we see here might be belonging to the parts of the vehicle that's still missing?
So as you can see, we have a multidisciplinary team that has been working tirelessly to find the vehicle that is in question that we have been looking for. As you can see, we've got the tracker unit that is analyzing the front and rear bumper of the vehicle, of what looks like a VW Polo vehicle. So what they're doing is that they're analyzing it for data dots. So with the data dots, the data dots will be able to give us a VIN number. So once we get a VIN number, we'll be able to determine if this are vehicle parts that belong to the vehicle that was utilized, that belongs to Constable Linda, because he was utilizing his private vehicle. So still a lot of work to do. The teams have been on the ground. Our SAPS divers from 6 o'clock this morning working together with City of Tshwane divers as well. We've got our special task force divers. So it's quite a big operation that we've been conducting since this morning. As you can see, we have established a VOC, a 24-hour center VOC, which consists of our command and communication center. So this particular center is where all the teams are operating from. So this is where we coordinate. So we've got a map that shows us where all the teams are, and it shows us what we've found so far. It then shows you that the object that we suspect is the vehicle. It's about 4 kilometers from the N1, the point of entry where this vehicle could have plunged into the river. So it's quite a huge operation. We've got our search and rescue, we've got our crime intelligence, counterintelligence. We've also got our community policing forum structures, really, that have come out in support of this particular operation. We've got Fidelity, and as I've indicated, we've got Tracker as well.
I mean, how crucial are these vehicle parts to the broader investigations in terms of unlocking the possible possibilities and reasons behind the tragedy that we're talking about right now? How important is this moment?
Remember, we've always maintained that we would need to find the vehicle. We believe that the vehicle has the answers to what happened on that night. So in the SAPS, we've got a vehicle accident unit that will be working as soon as the vehicle is recovered and retrieved from the water. They will be working on that particular vehicle just to determine what may have caused the vehicle to plunge into the river. But for now, we have found the front and rear bumper. We have sadly also found the reflector jacket of Constable Linda, about 150 meters from this particular object. Like I indicated earlier, our police divers and the Tshwane divers use what we call a wader stick. So that particular stick assists our divers to search for objects in the water. So that particular stick then picked up a metal sound, and that's where we think this particular vehicle is, which is a 4 kilometer distance from the N1.
I mean, looking at the parts that you're talking about right now, do you think it has enough data or data that really can help the investigators, car vehicle accident data, and should you not find any car, do you think there's enough to work with what has been found so far?
Well, the experts will guide us. They will tell us what is sufficient. But our prize now and our key focus is to find the body, the actual vehicle. But you would have seen the tracker unit is there. They are analyzing the front and rear bumper. They are looking for what they call data dots. So those data dots will hopefully give them and link these parts to a VIN number. And once we have a VIN number, we'll be able to determine if these parts do belong to the vehicle that we're looking for.
I mean, lastly, Brigadier, generally the operations, how are they? How long are you going to be here? I see that this is an operations center. How much are we going to be here for in terms of the work that you do and the resources that you already have? Are you looking at maybe bringing more resources to continue?
For now, we think that the resources that we have are sufficient, but we may, if there is a need, bring in TLBs and so on to retrieve this vehicle from the water. So for now, we are still suspecting. We have not been able to see the vehicle because it is covered by water, it is covered by debris, so it's quite difficult. But we've got full faith and confidence on the team that has been working on this particular case. As you can see, it's a multidisciplinary team of experts that are doing this really to ensure that we provide the necessary closure to the families.
Thank you very much, Brigadier, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's Brigadier Atlanta Martha there, just giving us more insights in terms of some parts of a vehicle they allegedly or suspecting that it might be belonging to one of the constables who has unfortunately deceased. But we also saw those parts which we showed to the viewers. But also a very important aspect of this development is that they are saying that they might be able, to use data from the VIN number of the vehicle, and then that will lead them to more details in terms of what might have happened, but also critically that important sticker which detected these metal parts underwater. So they are saying that at least from this particular moment, it's a very, very key moment in terms of having a breakthrough in terms of where the actual vehicle is. And of course, when you're talking about vehicles, you're talking about the rest of the car, which might contain some information relating to the data and the tracker systems and more information. But also remember that earlier on, General Fani Masemula, the National Commissioner, earlier this afternoon talked to us about the importance of getting the vehicle and also getting more data in terms of cell phones and all the belongings of those who have lost their lives here.
Ziniko Mhlaba live for us in Centurion. Thank you very much for that comprehensive update. We'll keep updating you on the latest there.